After successfully countering the Hunnic threat, when Skandagupta ascended the Gupta throne, this Gupta empire was no longer the empire which it was during the glory days of Kumaragupta. The civil war that happened at the end of Kumaragupta's reign and the Hunnic invasion were the two main reasons behind this decline. We find that at the end of Skandagupta's reign, which lasted around 14 years, the western part of this empire had started to unravel. The small kings of this region, which were once feudatory of the Guptas, had now started to proclaim themselves as independent rulers. At the time when the Gupta Empire was crumbling, the situation of the Kidarite Huns who controlled the region of Northwest was somewhat similar. We find that the campaigns of Yazdagir II, the Sassanid ruler, and Skandagupta had led to the weakening of the Kidarite power in both sides of the Hindu Kush region. Perhaps it was because of this diminishing power of the Kidarite Huns, we do not hear any further advances of these Kidarites in the Indian subcontinent. Now, the Kidarites who were ruling the region of Bactria received a further blow when the Sassanid ruler Peroz led a campaign against them, and in 467 AD he was able to conquer the region of Bactria. The region of Bactria was the heartland of the Kidarite power, and with the conquest of Bactria, the Kidarite power came to an end. But if the Sassanids thought that now the Hunnic threat had disappeared, they were wrong. We find that it was the campaigns of Peroz against the Kidarite Huns that led to the replacement of the Kidarites by another Hunnic group. This Hunnic group was called Hepthals. In the Byzantine sources, we find that these Hepthal Huns are called White Huns. In order to crush this new Hunnic threat that had emerged north of the Hindu Kush, we find that Peroz led another campaign. But this time, the story was different. In 484 AD, his army was annihilated by the Huns. With this defeat, the Sassanid influence greatly diminished for a long period of time. The emergence of the Hepthals north of the Hindu Kush mountains had a great impact on the Huns who were controlling the northwestern region of the Indian subcontinent south of the Hindu Kush. The Huns who had first established their rule in this region were Kidarites, and in their coin we find that they used a specific tamga. A tamga is a type of seal or stamp that was used by the nomads of Eurasia. Now what we see is that gradually in the coins of the Huns who were controlling this region, another type of tamga has started to appear. In these coins, what we also see is that the portraits are also somewhat different. These portraits have elongated skulls. Now, if we compare this to the Kidarite coins, we see here the portraits had Sassanian type crown, and the tamga is also different. This new type of tamga and this different style of portrait suggest that another group had replaced the Kidarites, and in their coin we see that they call themselves Alkan. Now we should not think of these Alkans as a new Hunnic group that was emerging in this region. Most likely earlier they shared power with the Kidarites and they were not of a different Hunnic group. But gradually we find that these Alkans were able to successfully replace the Kidarites from this region. It also appears that in the rise of the Alkans, the Hepthals who were controlling the region north of the Hindu Kush also played an important role. Although we do not know whether there was some type of relation between the Hepthals and the Alkans, but what is clear is that these Hepthals provided the Alkans with military resources, particularly in terms of military personals and also horses. Another reason behind the rise of Alchon Hun and why they were able to consolidate their power in the region of Northwest was the decline of the Gupta Empire. After Skandagupta, there was no Gupta ruler who could challenge the growing power of these Alkans in the northwest. From their coins, we can see how these Alkans were ruling the region of northwest. And it appears that a confederation of sorts had united the land of Gandhar and Punjab under the Alkan control. this Alkan confederation had 4 kings. The first king, Khingila, ruled the region of Gandhar. Javuhak controlled the region of Swat Valley. The Jhelum Valley was controlled by someone called Miham. And the region of Punjab was controlled by a Huna named Torman. Now, what was the power dynamic between these 4 kings can be seen in some of the sources, and it appears that the prominent role in this quadrumvirate was enjoyed by Khingila, who ruled the region of Gandhar. But by the end of 5th century AD, it was Torman who was able to successfully seize the supreme power, and soon he will lead his armies deep into India. About this invasion of Torman, you can watch this video when it will be uploaded, and you can watch this playlist where I have covered the Hunnic invasion of India. Thank you for watching.